Hello and welcome to another episode of Middle Way Mystic. Today I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite topics, which is freedom and what freedom means to me. So, a lot of people, when they talk about freedom nowadays, or rather when somebody mentions freedom and brings it up in various contexts nowadays, many people will think that it's about, when they think of what freedom means to them, they think it's about just, running amok, basically just running around doing whatever you want without responsibility or governing your actions or anything like that. So I just wanted to give you my idea and opinion about what freedom really is. And it's not that at all, in my humble opinion. It's actually, well, first and foremost, once you have reached a certain level of spiritual maturity and emotional, psychological, mental maturity, you basically become self-governing. And by that I mean you know how to control yourself, but in a moderate way. You understand what moderation is and the importance of it, and you also follow the golden rule so that you would never do anything to harm somebody else, because you're basically treating everyone else the way that you would want to be treated. So you understand those key concepts and you've taken it to heart. It's become a part of you. It's part of your being. So you've got the spiritual maturity to behave yourself basically in a kind and loving way, and you take on a new sense of freedom. And again, in this world and reality that we live in, when we talk about freedom, there's still certain limitations, aren't there? We're still subject to the laws of physics and whatnot. But in a higher spiritual sense, everything is negotiable. So what we collectively think of the laws of physics are only the known laws of physics, and some of those have basically just been purposefully kept from us, or rather misguiding us, or purposefully kind of telling us half-truths about certain physics, perhaps. And sometimes it's just to do with orthodoxy or different schools of science and what's acceptable to talk about and what's not. So anyways, without getting into all of that, we've been handed a certain understanding of what the laws of physics are, and we all know what's basically real to the collective and then what's not. So we're working within certain limitations, gravity and whatever, and we've accepted that, and that's become our reality. But as you awaken and you, as I said, spiritually mature, freedom for you expands, and it broadens quite a bit. And so a lot of things that you may have once thought of as impossible or could not exist are now much more plausible, if not real, to you. You sometimes have certain experiences and whatever chance encounters that have changed your mind about certain things. Maybe you've gotten into deep meditations and just, seen and discovered things, experienced things there that have altered your whole vision and idea of reality. So you feel freer in that sense, that now, the fishbowl that you were in just got a bit turned into a fish tank or whatever. And as I said, once you awaken and you keep expanding, then that understanding of freedom and liberation evolves with you. So you get to sort of stepping stones on your journey where what you once, you look back from those stepping stones and see what you once thought was freedom, well, wasn't freedom at all. And then once you get to another stepping stone, you look back again and thought, oh, well, where I was at the last stepping stone wasn't so free either. So anyways, it's all about your expanding consciousness and being more conscious of everything, or as much as you can handle. And then it affects, as I was saying in one of my last videos, the way you think about things. So then you start to shape your reality in a different way, because now you have new thoughts and different thoughts about your reality. And you might say freer thoughts, or you might actually contemplate freedom and what it means to you, and then behave in a much more free way. Like maybe you won't accept certain dictates and prescribed ways of living and rules and that you once did. So, as long as you're, not being uncivilized or, I guess, doing anything unlawful in a purposeful way, you can just keep expanding and becoming more free in a sense. So just to kind of wrap it up quickly here, is that my sense of freedom is, it comes with responsibility. The more free you are, the more responsible the more responsible you should be. And from a spiritual perspective, I feel like you just feel like you have to be responsible. Like you feel like, well, you have a choice, but you feel so strongly in favor of being responsible and following the golden rule that yes, there's a lot of things you could do in freedom, but you just don't, because it would break, it would be irresponsible of you to do so. So, but that being said, you still have a much deeper sense of freedom, and so you will and can, in a sense, handle more freedom and doing things that you once thought were, oh no, that's bad because of so and so said it is. Well, you're using critical thought, and you have a deeper understanding of where a lot of limitations and rules come from, and that some of them, yes, are good for you and good for all, but some of them have just been imposed on us for, let's say political reasons or religious reasons or whatever. So once you understand that certain rules aren't there because they really are bad or evil or whatever, they're just because somebody in power once thought that they could control people more easily by bringing them about and making it legal or law or whatever, right? So anyway, I don't want to go too much longer. That gives you a pretty good idea of what my idea of freedom is, and it's my wish for everyone to be truly liberated in this journey and to just keep following that feeling inside of you, because it is extremely, or I don't like to say that word extreme too much, but it is so much in tune with your soul that your soul is free and wants to be free and wants you to be free and to be as free as you can be, to be more in tune and aligned with your soul's purpose and deepest desire. So keep that in mind too, that's really who you are. You are freedom. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again in a bit.